That's a great call. Lane Baker, Plummer will put it up, throws over the middle. Touchdown. Quick flag. That's a way.
Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored.
Come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him. Wow. Edwards pulls up and buries the flag. Shot for Darby!
Kid is amazing, man. That dude just the whole offense.
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Happy Friday, as you call it, here on, it is Pitchfork Lunch, so nonetheless, happy Friday. So glad you're joining us, and guess what? Fan Fest for football is today. Baseball coming off a victory. Yeah, you guys know this. I know. It's all good stuff. All good stuff as we roll here. Softball going to get their series started in Lubbock today. Yeah, going to get their series started in Lubbock today. Water polo, it's ranked 10th in the country. Starting postseason is 2. Lacrosse getting ready for their final conference matchup against Florida in Gainesville. So that's very, very awesome, to say the least. Yeah, so got a lot of that going on. And like I said, spring game, obviously, Fan Fest today for football, which is, again, very cool. It'll be from 5 to 7:30 at Mountain America Stadium. There's going to be family-friendly activities, a game. There's going to be food trucks. So, yes, you can watch practice, well, the game, whatever, scrimmage game, whatever, spring game. Has it changed over the years? Pitchfork Lunchers, yes, we do know this. It has changed. So, that being said, but anyway, I am Michael Caratenuto at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. As you know, you see the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also, my IG, I know I remind you, Michael.Caratenuto.5. The YouTube channel, which you should watch live on, and you can most definitely subscribe to on that. So that is always good. But yes, go to YouTube. Again, you've missed a ton of you've missed a plethora of phenomenal interviews, conversations with just, again, coaches, players, voices, insiders, analysts, alum, like the whole spectrum, my friends, of Pitchfork Lunch. And yes, you saw that there. Camp Scattaboo didn't go in the first round last night. I know, for those of you that are watching the show on the way in, didn't go in the first round last night. But yeah, so subscribe to the YouTube channel. See my name, Michael Caratenuto. It's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC 005 on YouTube, guys, and subscribe again. Like I keep saying, if you didn't see season 1, you could get through season 1, binge watch as much as possible, and then anything you haven't seen from season 2, and then by the time season 3 starts, you'll be all caught up. You'll be getting the storylines. Got some working on some good stuff for season 3. So yeah, but we're still, again, yes, in the now, not looking too far ahead, but got good stuff in the works for season 3, my friends. So yes, you absolutely need to check it out. But so yes, subscribe to the YouTube channel, get caught up. Like I said, big things for season 3, absolutely awesome. But just again, keep pressing forward, but yeah, again, it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC 005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. Watch live and subscribe as well to stay in the know. And you can also, guys, as you know, listen to Pitchfork Lunch on the greatest internet radio station on the web, the Casual Sports Radio Network. Pitchfork Lunch is all you got to do. If you're out and about driving around, hey, again, makes it easy. Just go to www.ksrnaz.com, right? Click listen live, hit play, or the page will open up, click listen live, hit play, and then so yeah, you hit listen live, hit play, bam, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, there is Pitchfork Lunch. And it is right there. It is right there. So that, again, very awesome. Casual E invited Pitchfork Lunch to be a part of the KSRN family, which is, again, absolutely phenomenal. And guys, I mean, again, getting the Sun Devil content like I've talked about. Getting the Sun Devil content like I've talked about, and you can get so much more. And again, when you're there, you should subscribe to their socials, because Cardinals first round draft pick. A lot of people, I liked it. I liked it for him, but again, and all this liar's poker. This isn't, a great draft or this isn't like a deep draft, this and that. I don't know. I get it as an analyst. You have to have opinions. I just think again, we shall see. But nonetheless, we're not going down that rabbit hole. But yes, Cardinals, he's got you covered. Suns, Diamondbacks, Mercury, Casual E has you hooked up. So subscribe to their socials, and you can do that. And plus, like I said, you're driving around, you're leaving work early, it's Friday, you're like, okay, maybe just lunch is just going to be an extended lunch, and you got your stuff done. You're like, I'm out of here. Again, you can stream it through your Bluetooth. All you got to do is go to www.ksrnaz.com. Again, because I want you to watch, but you're driving. So, again, you're Sun Devils. You're smart. Pay attention to the road. I know you will. Listen to it on your Bluetooth. When you get to where you're going, you can still listen or, again, watch on the other avenues. Perfectly cool. But we got you covered there on the Casual Sports Radio Network. So, again, stoked to be a part of the fam there with that. So, yeah, I gotta say that it is, again, absolutely awesome. So again, www.ksrnaz.com. Page will open up, click listen live, hit play, Pitchfork Lunch coming right at you. But yes, today, Fan Fest, guys. That is absolutely awesome. Fan Fest is here. And there happens to be, a little bit going on with a football game. You may have heard of this, of Kenny Dillingham, this coach, this phenomenal staff. Maybe heard they messed around, won a Big 12 championship, went to the college football playoff, deserved and earned to be in the college football playoff. And for those that thought it was just cute that they were there last year, yeah, you know what? They got to go out and prove this year, like Coach says. But I'm looking forward to hearing some people's preseason stuff, even though, again, I don't care about rankings. I just want to hear their preseason takes. And I'm looking forward to this, guys. Certain people eating crow, because I definitely I invite people to call. I'd love to call into shows at times, but the random times I'm listening and I can't. It's kind of a bummer, right? But I want to hear some people eat crow. I'm just saying. I would love to have some people eat absolute crow. Or, just hear their reasonings now, but, it was cute and blah, blah. So basically only certain teams deserve to be there. Even if their schedule is and most of their conferences, but nonetheless, Fan Fest tonight out at Mountain America Stadium, 5 to 7:30. It's going to get away under 5. So again, if you can skip out of work early, get over to Mountain America and check it out. But yes, there'll be, like I said, food trucks and all this food trucks and more. The north gates and the southwest gates, by the way, will be open to enter through. So you need to know that. I meant to mention that the other day and keep mentioning it, but so yes, 5 to 7:30, the north gates and the southwest gates will be open for fans to enter. So come in through there. It's a family-friendly activities, special events, photo booths, whole lot more. Food trucks, all that stuff. 5 p.m. gates open. Family fun zones presented by Smashburger open. 5:30 p.m. Cheer 101 with Sun Devil Spirit Squad. At 6 p.m. football activities begin. 7:30 p.m. Football activities end. And 7:45 fireworks show presented by Multi Pro Roof Solutions. Again, I've been mentioning this all week. I didn't get detail events, but the food trucks, the events, the family friendliness. Again, get on out there, have some fun, check out the football team. So there's going to be a lot to do. Um, yeah, so again, lots to do. I'm sure you can learn more about season tickets too while you're there. Which again, absolutely huge. You can learn more about season tickets while you're there. Plus, like I said, all the events going on, and you get to check out, guys. For those of you that again maybe haven't been able to get out to the open practices when it was open to the public, this is a deep team, and you're going to see a lot of the younger guys tonight. Again, I played the sound for you. Coaches talked about that, but I mean, they know what their vets can do and what they've worked on through spring, and you see some of the younger guys, but a lot of these younger guys have been talking about. I mean, some have flashed in moments, and now they're getting it, and you're going to get to see that. So, again, get on out there, have fun, embrace it, and like Coach said last year, why would you not want to be a part of this atmosphere? A, it's Sun Devil atmosphere, but B, yeah, the defending Big 12 champs, which again, you hear Coach say, yeah, you embrace it. Obviously, phenomenal accomplishment, but getting better. First, Sam Levitt talking about it, played it on the show here, guys. It's one of those things, but it'll be a lot of fun. So again, I'll remind you before we get off the air, but gates open at 5. Family fun zones are at 5 as well. That's presented by Smashburger. And then 5:30 p.m. Cheer 101 with the Sun Devil Spirit Squad. Very awesome. 6 p.m. Football activities begin. 7:30 they're done. 7:45 fireworks show presented by Multi Pro Roof Solutions. So that is the schedule for all of that. Again, I will remind you in a minute, but we also have a little bit more going on too. Obviously, teams playing in regular season games, conference, obviously scheduled, baseball, softball. Baseball again, BYU. Game 2 is tonight, not game 1, but I did a good job of reminding you of that. And the Devils took care of business last night, guys. Talked about it. I was listening. 8-3. They take care of business. I want to say Ben Jacobs had 11 strikeouts last night. Yeah, 11 Ks, guys, to just 2 walks. So he went 6 1/3, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned, but 11 Ks to just 2 walks through 105 pitches. The number one of this staff, the ace of the starters, however you want to word it, guys, has been that. this season. So yeah, 6 1/3. And then Lucas Kelly went 1 2/3, just gave up 1 hit, no runs. He had 3 Ks to no walks, 22 pitches. And then coming in for an inning, who else? The man that's been on fire on the mound. His stuff has just been, well, his stuff has been on fire. Cole Carlone, local kid. Again, I remember covering him back when he was at Corona. And I saw him actually play at O'Connor, I want to say. Yeah, I want to say it was at O'Connor that I saw him play there. But Cole Carlone, I remember got to talk to him out there, and he was very excited, coming to ASU. But aside from that, again, 1 inning last night, no hits, no runs, that earned 2 Ks for him. So out of the 3 batters he faced, he Ks 2 of them. Yeah, you'll take that percentage, right? So 16 Ks for the Devils last night to just 2 walks. And Carlone only did that in just 11 pitches. So 138 total pitches thrown. But man, I mean, phenomenal. And guys, 8-3 was the final. BYU, though, they did strike first. This happened to ASU a few times this year, right, guys? We know this. BYU got 2 in the top of the first. ASU answered back and got 1. Nobody scored in the second. In the third, ASU scored 2. So they went up 3-2. And then in the fourth, ASU put up 3, and they were up 6-2. So, and after BYU scored in the first, okay, well, we'll get there. So yeah, 6-2 after 4, and then in the top of the fifth, BYU got 1 back to make it, or it was 6-2, 6-3 now. Nobody scored in the 6th. In the bottom of the 7th, ASU makes it 7-3, and in the bottom of the 8th, ASU makes it 8-3. But yeah, BYU scored in the 1st and 5th, and that was it. So the 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, nothing. And that is what you need to do against a team. Again, then they fall to they're 20-19 overall, but now 6-13. Remember, talked about it yesterday. 6-12 in the Big 12. You got to take care of business. The Devils go up to 26-16. Now 12-7 in the Big 12. So we're loving that, right? Landon Harrison, he hit a dinger yesterday. The solo dinger for, well, I mean, the only person to hit a dinger. It was it was a 2-run shot because Kyle Walker scored. So yeah, he hit his, I want to say, squad leading 12th. It's either 12th or 13th dinger. Let's see. Landon Harrison. I want to say that's 13. I don't want to shortchange him. Of course, here on Pitchfork Lunch, I'd rather, overcredit him, right, than undercredit him. Oh, no, I was thinking of Josiah Cromwick. Oh, I was thinking of Cromwick. I'm sorry. For Harrison, that is 4. Let's see. Landon Harrison, who's now batting .341 on the year. 42 hits and 123 at bats, 5 doubles, 3 home runs. That was his 3rd dinger of the year. 2-run shot, and we'll take it. So he joins Kyle Walker, who has 3, and went ahead of Brody Briggs, who has 2. But Josiah Cromwell, he's at 11. So his next one, focus moving forward, would be his 12th. But yeah, he leads the team with 11 dingers. Does Cromwick. But yes, for Landon Harrison, 341, like I said, on the season. Gotta love that. So 42 hits and 123 at bats, 5 doubles, 1 triple, the 3 home runs. He is driven in 26. He has scored 37 runs. So yeah, getting on the base. Hey, passing the back, guys. What Coach Bloomquist talks about. So again, absolutely awesome there as they take care of BYU. 8-3. But yeah, I was going to tell you. So yeah, Kyle Walker 2 for 3 again last night with 2 walks. Yeah, that leadoff spot ever since again coming to work. Hey, you start in a slump, which again, I think in baseball it's probably the toughest sport. People can say, well, Michael, how could you not say in all sports? But baseball, especially as a hitter, man, you start the season just not hitting good. And again, not getting hits, but making good contact is the key. If you're, striking out or just hitting, soft grounders or just, pop flies into the outfield, but making contact and guys are making plays like that. To me, yes, it's a bummer to start batting average as we know that low, but also what was Willie Bloomquist's message, guys? And he said it, he heard it post game, but even talking to him after the games, before games, we heard it from him. Like, this is what you need to do. So, and look at it, want to get hits, want to have good at bats. But Kyle Walker was doing that. And now, yesterday, 2 for 3. Like I said, 2 walks. He scored 4. He drove in 1. Yeah. Landon Harrison, 1 for 4 with 1 walk. Obviously had the home run, so an RBI. He had 2 RBIs and a run scored. Matt King, just another, 500 day, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs for Mr. King. Jacob Tobias went 0 for 3 with a walk. He did score a run. New Contratus, 2 for 3 for New at the plate, and he was 2 for 3. Kean Vu was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Josiah Cromick went 0 for 4 last night. Jax Ryan, who was the DH last night, as Brandon Compton got a night off. Jax Ryan was 2 for 3. He scored a run and also drew a walk. 5 walks drawn for the Devils. So we'll take that. Isaiah Jackson, a little bit of a tough night, 0 for 4. But yeah, overall, 10 for 32 for the Devils from the plate, but they get 8 runs. And it's you'll take that kind of night and an 8-3 victory to start the series. So now you're 10 games over 500. You're overall 26-16, 12-7 in the Big 12. And let's see. So after last night, the Devils improved to 12-7 real quick before we take a break here. Well, everybody else that's playing starts tonight. So the Devils went to 12-7. TCU's 12-6. Remember, they took out a 3 from TCU. That team down south is 12-6. They dropped 2 or 3 to them. Kansas, they took 2 out of 3 and was also 12-6. So again, you start faltering, and the Devils are right there. So game 2 tonight at 6:30. Softball, by the way, they are in Lubbock taking on Texas Tech, as you guys know, taking on the Red Raiders. And that game, first pitch is slated for 4 p.m. local time. So not too far away. But 4 p.m. ESPN Plus, number 11, 12 Texas Tech, taking on the Devils, who, yes, as you know, 33-16 for Coach Bartlett in the season. And when she got hired, that's, said it was tough, a lot of portal. And then last year didn't go as planned. They were able to hang in games, they challenged teams, but just, again, it was a little offense here, maybe a little defense there. But again, you saw it, what she wanted to do in building, and now 33-16, 13-8 in conference, 23-12 at home, 10-4 away. So, hey, going to Texas Tech to see if you can, knock them around a little bit. So that is where they are at there. So, but hey, we're going to step aside real quick. When I get back, we're going to talk a little bit, obviously baseball. We're going to talk NFL draft, the Devils. Might we see Cam Scatterbu go today? Could we see a guy like Lee Fantanu go today at center? Again, Shamari Simmons, maybe not today. I would take him on my team again. Seeing what that young man did the last 2 years in Brian Ward's defense, being the leader, being the defensive MVP or the MVP of the team 2 years ago. And just his toughness, everything, the way he played, But again, there is talent out there. I'm not going to say, you guys know I'm not overlooking the other talent, although, yes, I might rip on conferences and who they play. Again, the talent, you see it. Yes, they're being evaluated. But, could Scatterbu go today? Could a guy like Lee Fantanu, at center, go today? We'll see. Maybe, tomorrow. Xavier Guillory, man, we had him on the show again. Look, he could be an undrafted free agent, but this kid, I mean, when you see the work ethic, when you see what he does, yes, games matter, but in practice, when you're coming out and you're talking to coaches and you see what they do in practice, how they're working every rep, getting better, this and that, challenging, like Xavier Guillory, guys, has nothing to do. Yeah, we had him on the show, covered him for the last 2 years, but absolutely awesome. So we're going to step aside. I'll talk a little bit of Sun Devil draft, and we'll get into baseball and softball as well on this Friday. Also, water polo and lacrosse, they're rolling too postseason as well. So we'll step aside and have more Pitchfork Lunch coming right up.
Track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
Are you good? For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean Connery.
Bird Gang, I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending a message out to the world.
Always relaying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is
Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child.
KSRN has an inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird gang, I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending the message out to the world.
Always laying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority. Got a big painting project you've been putting off?
You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona. You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona.
Yes, for those listening on the Casual Sports Radio Network, you're listening to the greatest internet radio station on the web. I'm Michael Caratino at Diablo00 on X, artist formerly known as the Twitter, as you guys all know. See the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, along with my IG, michael.caratinudo.5. The YouTube channel, watch live and subscribe at Emmons and Michael V's and Victory Season Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away and get all caught up on Pitchfork Lunch as well. So, yes, Fan Fest, guys. It is tonight. I know I told you. But, yes, 5 to 7:30 p.m. Mountain America Stadium. Gates open at 5. And, again, what gates? It is a test. The north gates and the southwest gates will be open for fans to enter. So yes, 5 to 7:30, and again, 5 o'clock they open, and then we have the family fun zones, which you can check out. You guys can all check out, and then at 5:30 there's a Cheer 101 with Sun Devil Spirit Squad. At 6 p.m. football activities begin. At 7:30 football activities end, and at 7:45, 15 minutes later, there will be a fireworks show presented by Multi-Pro Roof Solutions. So, yes, busy, awesome event night there at Mountain America Stadium. And, again, you get to see football team. And, yes, maybe vets for two or three things. But you're going to see some young guys. You're going to see how, again, the depth of this team is progressing. And, guys, I know if you hit me up in the comments, you will know that – hit me up in the comments. Yes, I have talked about the depth of the team. We talked defense, all that good stuff, right? I know we have. I know I have. But that being said, you will get to see it tonight, which is even more awesome. ASU, the ASU football depth right there. There we go. Yeah, so nonetheless, you'll get to see it. And again, some of these young guys, and there's a few of them, and you heard, Coach Dillingham say it, heard Coach Arroyo say it. I think Coach Ward even said it too, guys that should be at their senior proms. And, still in high school, but getting that first spring in. So that's why when you come to fall camp, and yeah, players work on their own over the summer, and they can do that. They'll get away for a few weeks after, a lot probably have finals next week. And, they'll go home for a little bit and for quite maybe about a month, and then they'll be back. And in the summer they start doing their, they'll get together, working on stuff, and then bam, fall camp hits. And again, it's not like, installing the defense and, calls, and these guys that are here at an early spring practice that, enrolled early and they're in spring practice, you're going to see like how much is that growth. And Coach Ward talked about that, obviously, with Rodney Bimmage from last season. And then, from, his standpoint, and even a guy like Chris Johnson, from last year as well, too. So, and just to name a few, but there's always, those amount that it's like, how, the installation, of the offense or defense goes, and then they're here, and then you go to fall camp, and it's like, okay, so now it becomes more getting to know the understanding the why, not just the what, as Coach Arroyo said the other day, but the why. And same thing for Coach Worley. He said calling the defenses, and it's that growth and that step, which is absolutely huge for them. So again, 5 to 7:30 tonight. Fireworks show at 7:45. Couldn't ask for anything more. So that being said, my friends, it is like I said, one of those things where when you look at it, it's just like wow. But you'll get to see, again, you get to know the young guys, and you'll see, like I said, you'll see the vets out there. But a lot of this is about the younger guys. And the House settlement hasn't fully come down yet, but this whole, 105 and it's scholarships, the whole walk-on thing, and it'd just be fun to have a little bit more of a conversation about that. But FanFest tonight, hey, see what we got out there. And I think a lot of you will, a lot of you have been in this. So if you're going to be out there, hit me up. Let me know at Diablo00 on X, Michael.Caratanudo.5 on the good old Instagram. If you're up in this now, shoot me a message. But that again will be awesome. And for the draft, like I said, Cam Scatterbo, could he go tonight? Could he be a second or third round pick? I mean, maybe a third round pick. Again, with the depth of it, and Ashton Genty, again, the guy was a beast last year. Talked about this kid all year, love what Scatterbo did, but what Ashton Genty did, and again, you talk about Scatterbo being hard to tackle. Well, so was Ashton Genty. Kid was a beast. He goes to the Raiders. A lot of people had him there. They were going back and forth between the Raiders taking, would they take Shedeur Sanders after they signed Geno Smith? I'd be, hey, good idea. You could take Shedeur Sanders. Can Seattle get him in the second round tonight, though? They do have 2 second-round picks, or the Raiders. Sorry. Seattle's got 2 second rounds. Seattle's not taking them. But if the Raiders, actually, I don't think the Raiders do have a second-round pick. But whatever. I think Shedeur Sanders goes tonight. If he didn't go tonight, I would just be, it makes no sense. But anyway, nonetheless, backing on up to Cam Scatterbo, look, do I think with what the tape says and what he did on at the combine, certain things that he did, and, his vertical was insane. I mean, his center of gravity, his strength, running through people. I mean, things we've all seen. And again, it's not but to see how he always worked on that, in practice. And again, working with obviously the running back Coach Aquano and things, and you're going up against it, but just, you don't run like that in games if you don't run like that in practice. And I just think, Coach Dillingham, Coach Aquano, heard him say it here. You're getting a player that might, has a chip on his shoulder, but you're either going to draft him and be like, wow, we did this, or you're going to be playing against him and saying, wow, we have to deal with this, basically is what Coach Dillingham was saying. And again, yes, it's the NFL draft. Is there a lot of talent? 150%. I get that, but I'm saying you look at tape and what he did, 5th in the Heisman voting too. To me, should have been higher. That's that. Travis Hunter was still the winner in my eyes, but anyway, nonetheless, Xavier Guillory at receiver. Again, I think if he goes, according to, you look at pre-draft scouting, he could probably go. He could go day 3, be an undrafted free agent. I think Lee Fantano gets drafted. I don't see him as an undrafted free agent. I mean, if he is undrafted, yes, somebody is going to bring him in. I just think what he did at center, what he meant to this team, and especially, in the year that they're all banged up, he was banged up, but he took all the snaps. And last year, obviously, you saw the growth. I mean, working with a redshirt freshman quarterback in Sam Levitt, getting on that page, and yes, being able to run the ball to help Levitt be comfortable Leaf as a leader. Talking to Coach Tui Tele, I can see him going in the second or third round, guys. Just saying. Third round, by the 4th round, yes, Emmett Boley be interesting. Shamari Simmons, the same guy. I think 4th, 5th round. It would be an absolute steal for what he can do. It might not, I just think that you they say you can't coach height, you can't coach speed. Well, you can't coach natural football warrior leader into somebody. And Shamari Simmons, Devils fans, we know, Pitchfork Lunchers, you know this. Shamari Simmons was exactly that. So I'm going to say that. Emmett Boley, I know as well. Melquan Stovall, probably an undrafted free agent. Guys, what have I said about Melquan Stovall? A lot of you know it. I would give you a second to answer, but we're getting low on time. His pattern running, the growth of where he was when he came into ASU to working with Coach Samples and then carrying that over with Hines Ward, his pattern running, that 4th and 2 call, again, against Iowa State in the Big 12 championship game. Look, guys, go back and look at the play. The 4th and 2, yeah, Sam Levitt got wrestled about, throw off his ankle, but look how Melquan ran that route. That is how he drove at the his peripherally, that safety can see him thinking, okay, he's right here. Like I'm dropping, but he drives at him almost like he's going under. And then he branches off the route, breaks it up like upfield. But it was a phenomenal route. And his route running just got stronger from the first day he walked in until obviously the end of last season. So, yeah, that to me, he'll probably be an undrafted free agent. Huge. Xavier Guillory, again, the work ethic. And I'm not saying other guys don't put it in, but again, look at the tape. But look at practice, what you're doing in how they're practicing, how they know what got them there and what they have to do to grow. And, again, having X on the show, when we talked about it, we was down there training before the Big 12 pro days. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So that is that. But yes, baseball tonight, 6:30, as they get set to take on good old BYU. Again, softball's taking on Texas Tech. That's on the road, 4 p.m. ESPN Plus. But yeah, 6:30 BYU. And again, like I said, 6:30. So if you go over to FanFest, leave there about 7:30. Probably you still get over to the baseball game. Give them that middle inning to late inning push as fans get in there. So and right around the corner. Just saying. So yeah, that is that. But 6:30 tonight, and they got the 8-3 win yesterday. So again, improving to 26-16. Again, could end up 28-16. You'd love that, and we'd be 14-7 in conference. I told you the standings; they're right behind West Virginia, Kansas, school down south, and who's the other one? West Virginia, Kansas, school. Oh, TCU. But I mean, they're 12-7. But all those other series are starting today because, like I said, BYU doesn't play on Sunday, so ASU gets to sit back and relax and enjoy Sunday and see what they, But again, more business to take care of before that. So 6:30 tonight, 6:30 tomorrow night. Again, get on out to Muni, enjoy it all. But like I said, FanFest is here and that. Oh, by the way, for the softball standings too, I wanted to get to that. So Texas Tech, who the Devils are taking on in Lubbock, 16-2. That team down south, 14-7. ASU third, 13-8. Iowa State is 11-7. BYU's 11-8. Oklahoma State is 8-8. You got Baylor at 9-10. UCF at 7-11. Kansas at 5-13, Utah at 4-14, and Houston at 3-13. So again, first year in the Big 12, regular season, top three. Even if they swept Texas Tech, which again would be a huge feat, the way Tech's been playing. Again, they're overall they're 16-1 at home. Like I told you, they're 8-1. It was a conference loss. Yes, it was 8-1 home, 8-1 away for the Red Raiders, and then 16-1 at home overall, 11-7 away overall too. So, yeah, they've won 3 in a row. The Devils have won. Well, they lost 1. That's right, but they won. They took 2 out of 3 from Baylor, which again huge because Baylor was. They were 8-8, and now they're 9-10. So I mean, that was huge for the Devils. Again, you take 2 or 3, you're 13-8, 7-5 home, 6-3 away in conference. So that's a conference overall. Like I said, 23-12 at home, 10-4 away. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what Kinsey Brown can do tonight. My pitchfork lunchers, because she will be on the mound. And yes, I know we do get spoiled with the double-digit strikeouts, and I always say like she slacked. You guys know, definitely kidding. But look, stoked for both of these teams. Women's lacrosse, by the way, real quick. They are taking on the Gators. And then tomorrow, 7 a.m. again, 7 a.m. local time, ESPN Plus. So as you're, waking up, set your alarm, turn ESPN Plus on, and, send that mojo to the women's lacrosse team. As for water polo, they are they just started their match against number 2 Stanford in the MPSF Conference Championships. They are ranked number 10 in the country. Stanford number 2, who they have played, and they lost 18-12, and they were number 1 at the time. They lost 18-12 to Stanford the only time they faced them, which was back on March 8th, so in Tempe. But yes, they are in Stanford today, right now. So again, we're about to get off the air. Go check that out if you're able to. But they are taking on number 2 Stanford in the MPSF Conference Championships. Again, seeing them a second time, you know what they can do. Little adjustments. You can make a little adjustment, score. They definitely have the offense that can do it. So, but we will talk about that. We'll wrap that on Monday along with lacrosse, baseball, softball, and the Fan Fest. Oh, and, the NFL draft to see where these Devils went, where they deserve to go, if they didn't go. But I'm thinking a good amount of them will go because I'm just telling you, talent-wise, you put tape on and it'll tell you the story, right? So, hey, have a phenomenal weekend, guys. Again, baseball tonight and tomorrow night at Muni, Fan Fest tonight, lacrosse on the road, water polo on the road, softball on the road. All on the road. Track on. But yeah, so all that's on the road, and the other stuff is at home, or baseball's at home. Obviously, that's the only one. But we have all that going on. So yes, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see you Monday as reigning Big 12 champions, women's volleyball. Remind me, #OurState, as you guys all know. And hey, have a phenomenal weekend. I will see you Monday, same bat time, same bat channel. Again, get on out to Muni, root the Devils on tonight and tomorrow night. and get on out to FanFest tonight as well, too, for football. If you're going to be out there, hit me up at Diablo00 on X. But as always, go Devils, and you know it. You know it. Forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
The 27-yard line. That's a great call, too. Play fake. Funnel will put it up. Throws over the middle. Touchdown. Quick flag.
That's a way. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Ford down. He scored.
From behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him. Wow.
Edwards pulls off and buries a flag.
Shot for